hopefully you have all exercised your newly given rights, and I would love to hear about what you've been up to with that. Who have you visited? Here, of course, as always, with my trusty steed, Aidan. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Excellent. Did you have a nice weekend, dear?
I don't want... Oh. Give me a sec.
Yes or no, that one? Just let Prey see it and just say, yeah, it was smashing, and we'll move on. Yeah.
I feel I definitely probably could have.
Right.
I might have been drunk or not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because I
Are
definitely
you
would have
drunk
visited
now? Because that sentence suggests you might be. I might be drunk or not. I don't know, Your Honour.
No, we took advantage of what you were saying.
Yes.
We went and did the visiting, so I saw my mother. That was nice.
Excellent.
Hadn't
How
seen
was
her in a
she?
while. She's fine. It's
Did
my
you tell her
mother.
I miss her?
No, because the restraining order also includes you not communicating through others. It's just, you know these rules. I didn't write them. The judge did. Please follow them.
Well,
No, we went
he
and
had it
visited
in
them.
for me, though.
Who else did we visit? I went and saw my mother-in-law last night. We had a couple of drinks and played a game of chess, because I actually have a wonderful relationship with my mother-in-law.
Excellent.
She is just...
Always bucking the stereotypes, aren't you?
Oh, I am. I love my mother-in-law. She is absolutely fantastic. Her and I
She is.
share probably the most important value, and it is alcoholism, which I think she would be fine with me mentioning.
I think she will be.
Oh, what about you? Who have you visited?
I visited my old housemates.
Fair enough.
At the house I used to live in.
That is, I just want to say, I feel like that is a humble brag. Just the ability to turn around and go, I just want it on the record, I am still on good terms with former housemates.
I live with these people and they don't despise me. But
I paid my bit of the...
at least one of them is currently watching this, so he may dispute it.
Oh, is he there now?
Yeah, Brian's in there now.
Oh, hello, Brian.
Yeah, Brian is one of them. He has informed us that the thing he visited was Taco Bell. So good on
Is that
him.
any good? Because I'm not sold on it.
It's like if you paid too much for a good burrito and then it wasn't as good as that.
And you thought I was drunk.
That sentence makes sense.
Does it? Does it make sense because it happened in your head first?
Yes. Brian's brother is also disputing that I get on with the housemates, but I never lived with him. So
That's true. You just drop by.
yeah, I just spend my time there now that I'm allowed.
Anyone else?
We've got a couple people in here.
I meant that you'd visited.
I'm including the fine people who have taken the time out to watch us.
There's no one's told me who they're visiting.
We've got someone who visited their daughter's dog, Stanley. Dave Harwood visited his daughter's dog, Stanley. So
Oh, I do. I will say there have been dogs I have looked forward to seeing.
Yeah.
Now that now that we're, geez, that sentence disappeared.
really did that vanished in the wind, that one.
I literally watched it take its bag and walk out of the door over there.
It just had enough of you. Yeah, so no, I think that's it. I've been getting out of the house because I've set up what's the word I'm looking for? Remote office. That's what I was looking for. I set up my remote office, my working from home office, near my home, in an unused building.
Alley.
Sorry,
Unused now. There's social distancing.
You
You used to use it very heavily.
what did I use it for, Aiden?
Selling DVD players that you'd stolen in a Fast and the Furious 1's fashion.
Watch the light leave your eyes halfway through
nailed
that
that.
joke.
No, only because I bring that up because I'm probably torturing myself by rewatching all of the Fast and the Furious movies at the moment while drinking. I will clarify, I wouldn't be silly enough to try and watch them sober.
Absolutely.
But watch them all because they're one of my favourite style of film for a movie that you can just be dumb while you watch. You can just turn your brain off and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Kong Skull Island is the other one.
Literally
Just
any shark movie.
Big Monkey.
I watched The Meg the other week as well for the same purpose.
Big
Because
shark.
you're just like, there's not a lot of plot here.
Anything that's a too big animal is that kind of switch your brain off kind of movie. If the animal is too big to be real,
Yep.
switch your brain off.
So yeah, I've been
Except
recently...
for Clifford the Big Red Dog, that gives you a lot to think about.
Yeah. No, so I've been watching Fast and the Furious again, and
Excellent.
watched the first one and probably spent a good 15 minutes laughing hysterically over the fact that they are all of this heisting. Not even the continuity issue with they start out as like small-time street crooks, and by the end, it's, spoiler alert, they are, I think, the biggest criminals on the planet. Not even that, but the fact that what they are funding their criminal empire, where they start from is DVD players and digital cameras.
Which is where I started.
Which you could, if you wanted at the moment to steal DVDs and digital cameras, you go out to a council pickup area.
Yeah, that's right. No, I've set up my office in a closed, for social distancing reasons, theatre.
Yeah, because you and I differ very much on what is important in a what do we call it? A distance office. Yeah. Because yours is at a closed theatre, because you're like, yes, it'll be wonderful, it'll get me out of the house, and you walk there and you're really lovely and brilliant. And mine is in my lounge room, so I can watch TV and not put pants on while I'm at work.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm alone most of the time anyway. And
I really hope you walk there in pants.
I walk there in pants. I can't guarantee how long they stay on. I can't do that.
In my head, you've got a coat rack next to this desk that you've set up yourself that is just for pants.
Yeah.
And
it's got the pants hangers.
Yeah.
With the little clips.
Yeah. Walter White style. Yeah.
And then to the work.
And one day you're going to have like the old timey, like he's ancient, he's been with the theatre for years, security guard, stumble in to check, and that's what takes him.
Yeah.
He's you just going, who's there in your pants?
The irony is I am the security guard. I am the ancient dawn of time security guard.
I've met you, that makes sense.
We've had a movie recommendation as well. We had book recommendations from Dave last week. Now we've got movie, The Warriors.
Dave, is that guy the one that reviewed movies on SBS? Like, is that just who he is?
It must be.
David and Margaret, that's who it is, David and Margaret.
That's
Is your wife,
Dave.
Is your wife named Margaret, Dave Harwood? And were you on the movie show?
Oh, he's one of the Harwood clan that join us every week. One of the several Harwoods.
Oh, all right, wonderful. We made time very quickly.
Yeah, we
told you we could talk this long.
Talking nonsense. Wonderful. If you've just joined us, welcome. Once again, my name is David. I'm with Aidan as the other voice that you will hear, somewhat disembodied because he's not looking after himself in the lockdown.
I would suggest that means I'm extra-bodied, like a wine.
Yeah.
Full-bodied.
Yeah, something like that. You haven't been sitting in a cellar, though. You've been sitting out in the warm. You've got a bit vinegary. I didn't want to be the one to say, but you're a little bit acrid now.
Oh, if I knew anything about wine, I'd probably be offended. Or not. This could just be
That might be a compliment, for all you know. But yeah, welcome along to our quiz. We're going to kick off in just over 5 minutes with our first question of the night. If this is your first time joining us for the quiz, hello, welcome. I hope you have a splendid time. The way we do this is I am going to ask you 25 questions. You're going to jot down the answer for yourselves on a bit of paper or keep them in your head or in text or on the walls. It's not my house, do we want? And we will go through those 25 answers together. Then we will repeat the process with all new questions. So 50 questions in total, some bonuses, extra ways to win points, all through the night. It is a fun-filled endeavour for you. This, our third hump day quiz. So, I hope you are all ready. Get yourselves a drink. How are you playing along? How is your team with you? Are they there physically because you live with them? Are they joining you with house party, Zoom, Facebook watch? How are you ducking in?
Are they imaginary because you've gone off your medication?
Please continue to take your medication.
Super important.
Drink water, take your meds, go outside occasionally, get a little bit of vitamin D, Otherwise, everyone will emerge when the restrictions are lifted with rickets.
This is the second time I've had this conversation in a week about how important it is to continue to take your medication. Mine, for what seems like a much less sinister reason, is that I have, spoiler alert, I have wicked high cholesterol.
So high.
Really, 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 really massive. My heart thinks I am just like Homer Simpson. So, yeah, I have wicked high cholesterol. I was complaining the other day about how, this isn't worth it. I need to go get a blood test, and all of this is just too hard. I miss the days where I just didn't know I had high cholesterol. I want to go off my meds and stop this.
Those days that you were just inches away from a cardiac arrest at all times.
But I had no idea.
But you blissfully unaware.
So, yeah, no, I've now had this conversation twice. It's leaving isolation and seeing your mother again. You're like, how is things? Well, I've been drinking and I don't want to take my meds anymore. They're probably not even doing anything anyway. Shut up, you're not my real mum. I'll wake you up.
She is your real mum.
She is my real mum. Okay, so unrelated, while we've got a couple of minutes, I have a story that I'm telling you.
Oh, please.
And anyone else who
70
is
other people joining
here,
in.
About my day today, because I was late to the office. This evening.
It was noted.
It was noted by you, the only other person here, and you're not the boss of me, because you're not my mum. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No.
But your mum's your mum.
She is. No, I was late because I spent the day babysitting my niece, who is just the best. Like, she's excellent. I'm sure there are people out there at the moment who are hearing that statement going, all right, settle down. I'm sure she's good. No. She is the greatest. I love your children are great. I'm sure they're wonderful. They are fabulous. I'm sure every single one of them is exceptional, but my niece is the best. There can only be one top dog, and it's her. She's brilliant. I love her. So I was looking after her today, and we're having a nice time, and everything's going really well, and, you know, she occasionally falls over and hits her heads on things, but she's from our family, so she falls over, hits her head, sits up and laughs. It's brilliant. And then, so Dad drops her off, we're doing that. And after, I think it's probably about 2 or so hours that she'd been there with us, like, she's had her time exploring around the house. She's picked things. She's seen photos she likes. She knows where everything is. She starts developing this habit that pretty much repeated for the rest of the day, and had me offside, like, what can I do? You can be less judgy. Where about every 20 to 30 minutes, where whatever I was doing, wherever I was, she would come up to me really, really gently, take my hand, and take me on a walk.
Right.
It was not she's not distressed, she's not upset. She's just, this is important. Take me for a walk down our hallway. Now, our hallway wall is full of pictures from my wedding, and it has a heap of different family on that, and it just so happens that at her eye height, there are 2 separate photos, one of which features her father, and one of which features her mother.
Right.
So she would walk with me down the hallway, look at the photo, look at me, and go, Daddy, and then walk over to the one with her mum and just go, Mummy, looking at me like, don't think I've forgotten them. I understand we're having a lovely time, but don't for a second think I've forgotten them. And I was getting offside about it. I'm like, all right, you could be less judgy. Okay, I'm just trying to be your friend, but trying to replace your parents that haven't kidnapped you. Can you ease up and just make me feel less self-conscious? So I was stressing about it. And her dad turned up at about 4 o'clock to pick her up. And it was wonderful, gets there, big cuddles, that sort of stuff. We're having a chat. And about 15 minutes into us having a chat, she gingerly takes his hand, walks down the hallway, ignores his photo, and looks straight at the mum one and goes, Mummy! In a way that I realised what it the entire time was. It wasn't her going, you've kidnapped me. It was, don't drop your game, these guys are A.
Yeah.
All right? This is what the A team looks like. Keep working. Get my tiny teddies. And one day you can be Mummy. And needed to share that with you.
That is fantastic.
So
That's a cracking bit of tale. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, all right. I've filled time.
You have. I'm going to say hello to the Paxton Roos, SpongeBob Rules, Wino Palmy, CCTV, 41 is the new 31, Survived the Cruise Ship, J&J Jesters, Phoenix, Sticky Loins. Tons.
Okay, so we've got 2 kings.
2 kings.
That's nice. I'm not sure because I can't tell from the size of profile pictures I'm looking at the moment. I can't tell if they're the kings that I know or not. Because I'm very familiar with many kings.
Yeah.
I'm mad about town.
We named our car Wuhan.
I want to know the punchline to that.
Yeah,
John.
there must be a punchline, surely. I'm trying to work it out what it would be.
Yeah, I've got
named
nothing.
our car Wuhan. It's got great mileage.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. Return of the Sixth. Named our cat Wuhan. Not car. That they've just corrected it.
Our apologies.
Cat Wuhan. That's better. Alrighty, it is about time we got underway with the quiz. So bear with me one moment while I do a techie thing. So, there we are. We're about to start our rules, of course. Jot down your answers for yourselves on a bit of paper or however you want to record it. Keep your answers for yourselves. Please don't put them in the comments. Keep them just for yourself. You don't want to give away your genius. By all means, argue with your family, of course. But don't give the game away in the comments. Keep that to yourselves. That's about it. Just have fun. Enjoy yourself. We'll be underway. Round 1, question 1. According to the common English saying, curiosity killed what animal? Is our first question of the night. Remember, of course, that if you have a joke, pop it in the comments. The best ones will go up on screen. If your joke is on screen, you will get a point. You will get a bonus point just for you or indeed your team. So please chime in with your jokes if you have them. And that's about all I have to say about that. Number 2, as we go. Complete the title of this best-selling young adult series of books by Anne M. Martin, The Babysitter's what? For 4 letters. Babysitter's what? I can tell you that it is a noun and not a verb.
I feel there's a lot of diversity in that title. The Babysitter's, like, if you want it to... There is a kind, lovely, because it's a young adult series, but if you want to make it darker, The Babysitter's Curse.
Babysitter's kill.
Oh, that got dark.
Well, curse is the 5 letters, you understand.
Oh, you've misspelt it.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Left the E off.
Yeah, it's the baby that wrote it.
They gave the babysitters the curse.
Yeah.
Number 3, carbohydrates are made up of atoms of carbon, oxygen, and which other elements? Element, singular. Hello, Trisha. You've obviously just joined us. Please don't put your answers in the comments. Keep them to yourself. Jot them down on a bit of paper or whatever. Oh, we've got a couple more regulars joining us. Double Trouble, Casual Quizzes, and a joke already. Doing really well.
Oh, I always love a joke being there.
We're doing really well. And number 4, pictured here is what wonder of the world? And a bonus point for this one. The majority of the existing visible parts are from which Chinese dynasty, starting with the letter M? At the bank yesterday, an old lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
Love that one. Classic.
Well done. Points all around there. Number 4 again, pictured here is which wonder of the world, and the bonus point, the majority of the existing visible parts are from the time of which Chinese dynasty, starting with M.
I mean, this one is very real as jokes go.
I got a gig as a model in a fitness magazine. I'm the 4 model. That's a bit real for me. That's hitting close to home, that one. Got the water rats here as well. Tons of people. What a nice night. Number 5. Which South American country is the world's largest producer of coffee? South American country is the world's largest producer of coffee. Number 6. The second verse of the novelty children's song Bananas and Pajamas features zucchinis in what item of clothing? Follows the same pattern, I'll give you that hint. And when I was looking into this, because I didn't actually believe this fact.
Really?
I didn't believe it, I'd never heard it. And I found out the song was written in 1969, which is obviously funny because it's got 69 in it. And then the show, Bananas and Pajamas, wasn't until like 92, so it just sat there as a semi-regular thing on Play School.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't written for the show. The show was written for the song.
So it's the Pirates of the Caribbean of songs.
Right, yep. Ride isn't based on the movie based on the ride.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Which is strange. Like, I don't know how you get away with that at a pitch, especially at Disney. Walking like, all right, guys, I have this brilliant idea.
Well,
the Ferris wheel, except it's film.
But they did it twice. Because they had the Haunted Mansion movie as well.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, but it happened.
It didn't work.
Number 7, cyan is the name given to the colour obtained by mixing equal amounts of which two primary colours of light? I've specified that it's light because the primary colours of light are different to the primary colours of pigment. So there you go. That might help you. Might make it harder for you. I don't know, but it is concise. If nothing else. Couple of jokes getting in there, which is wonderful.
That's one for you.
How did the butcher introduce his wife? Meet Patty. Very nice. Very nice. Point there. Point there. That's 7. On to 8. Pictured here is which English trophy first awarded in 1871 and 72? The 1871 to 72 season. Which English sporting trophy? Pictured there with the Arsenal ribbons on it, of course. It's its traditional home. Is the Arsenal trophy cabinet. Just being smug because there's bound to be one Tottenham fan on the stream. Bound to be. It's always one they weasel their way into places. I'm sorry, I realise I'm boring you because you don't like sport.
No, it's not that. I'll be honest.
I'm not here to entertain you, in fairness.
I just had the strangest experience of my entire life.
All right.
That I never want to repeat. Was that unfortunately the cord in the side of my headphones had shifted in a way that I could hear the background music, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, right.
And I'm looking at this system trying to figure out why it was going wrong. And why I can't hear you. I'm going through troubleshooting stuff, going, everyone else seems to be able to hear him. Why can't I hear him? These headphones are direct out of the computer. Realised the wire had shifted a fraction, but it is the most panicked I have ever been in my entire life, wanting to hear what you have to say.
That's the first time you'd been desperate to hear what I had to say.
Yeah, there is a little zinger at the end of that story for you.
That was nice. It was a nice story, a little bit of a personal thing, bit of behind the scenes, and then right at the end, David's a scumbag.
Stick in the knife.
Alright, number 9 starts a section called How Many? All of the answers here are numbers. I just need to know how many of all of these things. For instance, a triennial event occurs every how many years?
I've seen my favourite joke ever now. I know a lot of jokes, and they are all terrible, and I love them all equally, like my children. But this is probably...
Muffins spelt backwards is what you do, oh god, hold on. Muffins spelt backwards is what you do when they come out of the oven.
That is... You can have 2 points for that. I'm making the call.
You can have 2 points, Peter. That is excellent. That is excellent.
Just the best joke I've ever seen.
Number 10. How many chromosomes does a human usually have? How many chromosomes does a human usually have? What standard issue? Number 11, how many times has Tokyo hosted the Summer Olympic Games? We are not including the cancelled 2020 games in this count.
Which I love the fact. My favourite part about the Tokyo Games being cancelled is
Yeah.
that they all went, no, we spent far too much money on merchandising.
We're still having it.
We're holding it in 2021. It will still be called 2020.
Yeah, it's still the 2020 Olympics.
We've got all of these shirts. We've got all of these lanyards. I'm not buying new ones to put a 1. You know, if it was like an 8 to a 0, if they had to postpone it 2 years, it was like 2028 and they had to postpone it for... Okay, that example doesn't work.
No, not quite.
But if you had to convert like an 8 to a 0 or something like that...
That'd be easy.
That'd be easy. They'd just like, oh yeah, reprint a little stripe there. Even like a 1 to a 7 you could convert.
Yeah. But a 0?
I'll be
There's
honest.
not much else you can do with it apart from an 8.
You can convert any number. Every person knows that for the first 3 weeks of January.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any number can...
Any number can be turned into the next one.
Yeah. I like to think that's what's going to be at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021.
Just a lot of... Oh no. And number 12, how many days did Craig David have in the title of his 2000 hit single? How many days did Craig David have in the title of his 2000 hit single? Number 13, how many prime ministers did Australia have during the 90s?
I was alive, but I don't remember a lot from the 90s. I didn't pay
No.
a great deal to politics, but if it's anything like recent history, I imagine the numbers
40
between
or so, yeah.
1 and 3 million. I think just it was a round robin. Everyone had a go.
I want to be clear with this question, though, that it's any prime minister who served even a single day between 1990 and 1999.
Officially served.
Officially served, was the actual prime minister,
Not an
sworn
acting.
in and everything, served a day as prime minister in that decade. So they could finish after or start before. You get the drift.
Not acting, though.
Not acting, proper PMs
Yeah.
that are numbered. Jean Ball just got here and she missed 1 to 7. That's okay, Jean. I will pop those up for you after the round is done. Don't fret at all. So just leave a space for those. We'll get back to them.
To preempt the thing that's about to hit the comments, if you want, you can always just quickly duck the video back a bit.
Yeah.
But if you're happy to wait to the end,
Yeah,
no problem.
if you rewind it, you can see that what's just been done, because often we'll leave these up for a little bit to let people do them. But if you rewind to wherever it is, and then when you're done, you just hit in the top left, it says live. If you hit that, it will take you back to where we're up to. So you don't end up behind. So there's that as well. But join us, stick around. We'll get back to it anyway. Number 14, another how many? The American television sitcom Scrubs finished in 2010 after how many seasons? 6 or 9 seasons?
I will give you a hint. It is 1 too many.
It is exactly 1 too many.
Last season's terrible.
Well, it was never going to be made.
No, and you know a season's going to be bad when all the regular actors go, no, we're leaving.
Oh, Zach Braff was there a bit. John C. McGlynn was there a bit. John C. Ginley, I mean. He was there a bit, and that was it.
Yeah. When all your regular actors go, no, we're out.
Yeah.
The production teams, they're like, no, it's us that makes it.
Yeah.
We don't need celebrities.
It's the writers that make a show good. I don't think Frasier would have spun off from Cheers quite as well if Frasier wasn't there.
Look,
for instance.
I also don't know how many of the writers stuck around.
1. I do actually know that answer. 1 writer stuck around. Yeah.
Thought he was big, bit too big for his boots, that one.
I'm rewatching Scrubs at the moment. I'm currently doing a rewatch just as it happens. So I'm going to watch that final misguided season, and I'm going to view it as not a season of Scrubs, but as a different medical comedy and see if it's good on its own legs.
No.
As not Scrubs.
View it as everyone in Scrubs at the end of it became famous.
Yeah.
They got to cast who they wanted to star in a remake of their lives, and the final season happens like that.
That's a good way to do it. Let's do that.
Oh, here you go. There's one for you. Oh, no. Hold on.
I mean, the muffin one again is fine. Just before, well, we'll go to the numbers game after this. I changed my password to beef stew. If you'd have told me it was not strong enough. Oh,
Pure genius.
oh, it's just on the right side of working, isn't it? Just no more.
Stunning.
Really
Absolutely
nicely
stunning,
done.
that joke.
Oh yeah, good point. Brendan's just pointed out. The Sam Lloyd died this week, who played Ted in Scrubs, the lawyer.
That's true.
He died this week, so thank you for pointing that out. It's a real shame. He's only 57.
Yeah, he's real
Real
good too.
shame. He's one of my favourite characters. So from that, we'll go on to a cheery numbers game, shall we? We've got a sporty one here. Our numbers game is really simple. Jot your answer into the comment section. The closest wins a surprise and a round of applause. You don't have to be right, you just have to be the least wrong. Let's go with this one. The Adelaide Crows scored how many goals during their regular season AFL matches in 2019? How many goals during their regular season AFL matches in 2019?
I think sport would be more entertaining.
Is that the end of the sentence?
No, I think sport would be more entertaining in a world of magic where the competitors playing got turned into their mascot while playing. So Team Adelaide just get turned into crows.
You talk, and it upsets me. And that's all there is to that. But I am imagining a sort of...
It'd be really fun to watch.
A sort of pro battle royale.
Well, no, they could be competing against other teams as well.
Yeah, well, another AFL team could be... I'm going to put on the timer while we talk about this. So once that numbers game title disappears, that's close of answers, just so you're aware. There's the one that's jumping out at me right now is there's another team called the Kangaroos. Watching crows fight kangaroos would actually be quite fun.
It'd be brilliant.
That'd be great.
You know you'd watch it.
Well, there's a question, a supplementary question for everyone. Which two sporting teams would you like to see the actual animals fight?
No. Humans turned into animals. I don't want to watch animals fight. I want to watch humans turned into animals fight because they can consent to it.
Oh, well, no, that's fair enough.
I'm not sitting here just going, tell us your favourite dog fight.
Yeah, no. No, that's a fair point. Yeah, they go, yes, I would like to be turned into this animal and fight another animal. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Which animals? Based on AFL teams.
Put it on the record.
We are struggling for content.
No. My brother-in-law is a labourer, so that baby got dropped off at like 6:30 this morning, and I have not had a lot of sleep.
It makes me feel better I didn't sleep either, but I didn't have a toddler. Okay, that's the end of all that. Let's have a look through. We'll gather up your numbers, see who's our closest. There are a couple jolly close ones.
Real corkers.
At least one spot on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least one. I can only see one spot on.
I can't see any, so I'm proud of you.
I can't... it's not come up there for you for some reason. But I can tell you, anyway. We have a correct answer of 252. Some really close ones, 268, 256, 250... But our closest is Sam Roberts-Thompson. You got it exactly right, 252. Did you find that? Did it come through?
I did.
Excellent. There he is. We get a round of applause. And the greatest moment in sports, at least locally, ever, in history. The 97 Grand Final.
I don't know. I mean, I played junior T-ball, and it's a pretty big moment.
Didn't play junior T-ball.
I did.
You did not.
I did.
Genuinely?
You've seen me throw things.
I've
which
seen
is
you throw
useless in T-ball.
Have a rest. You're right. Just have a little rest. I'm going to put up a famous face. This is which Australian actor for number 15? You know that thing where it comes off a T? Yeah,
You have to throw it back.
Yeah, right, that's fine. Bonus point, she is pictured here accepting her 2017 Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in which drama TV series. So unprofessional. This is so unprofessional, Adam. I'm trying to do a quiz. You're cackling to yourself.
Oh. I mean, someone said the Swans versus the Crows.
Yeah, I've seen Swans versus the Crows. Also, the one above that is the Crows versus the Magpies, which you can just see.
You can just see. I would, on that topic, like Swans versus Crows, I would ditch the Crows being transformed. I would watch a team of actual swans compete against
the Adelaide Crows.
And I think the Swans would win.
I think they would.
Swans are angry.
It depends. Are they mute swans, like, beautiful white swans, or are they like angry goose-likes, like the black swans in Western Australia? Because they're much more vicious.
Yeah, swans are
But
crazy.
technically, the mascot is a mute swan for the Sydney Swans.
Look, I just want to see swans.
I just want to see swans fight men. That's all I want.
If you've never done this before, I do this on the reg. It's brilliant. Go onto YouTube and just look for people underestimating birds. It's a lot of geese, peacocks, and swans, and it's hilarious.
Jay, it is biblical. It's definitely a biblical moment in that's the 97 grand final, which is the Sea Eagles. The 2001 was the
I think
2001 was the Storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if that's what you're talking about. Unless you just want to see Knights fight a Storm, which is actually really cool as well.
And sounds biblical.
And it sounds biblical. Actually, that's probably it. That's probably a smashing joke that I've completely missed. Well done, Jay. You're hired. Number 16, we've got a couple of royalty-based questions. Who are currently third in line of succession to the British throne? Who is currently in third in line? I'll do that again, just from the top. Who is currently third in line of succession to the British throne? That was much better the third time. Number 17, which member of the British royal family married Meghan Markle in May 2018? And number 18, which is the only chess piece that does not move in a straight line?
Other way of asking that question, what is the only chess piece that is drunk?
I did. I'm sorry, I missed it, Jay. That is very biblical, Knights fighting a storm. I would genuinely love to see that.
I enjoy Peter saying that he once ran a tipping competition where one entrant would just tip the team with the more powerful mascot.
That's
now
fantastic.
I want to get into tipping competition.
Yeah. Well, we run one here when things are on in the studio.
Okay.
When
I still work from home.
Yeah, I know, but you can join in. Number 19, still a royalty question, but I've given you options. Denis the Farmer King was a 13th century king of which European country? Was it Hungary or Portugal?
They were running out of titles with him, weren't they?
Yeah.
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great.
William the Conqueror.
Catherine the Magnificent.
Denis
the Farmer King. He's got a farm, hasn't he?
You've never seen a king with such turnips.
That's not a sword. That's, in fact, a backhoe that he's got there in his hand. He's just shaped it like a sword for the photo. In his gardening cloak.
Oh, look, that hat is not keeping any sun off.
No, it's not, but it is keeping the birds away.
No.
The glint startles them.
Oh, now
Keeps
in my
the sparrows out of the fields.
It keeps the flies away because got
corks if you tie corks to each of the peaks of the crown.
If we ever have a king of Australia, that will be what they will wear. A cork brim crown.
Stubbies, a singlet, pair of double pluggers. It's the official court dress. Number 20 is a movie poster. Tell me, please, what is the title of this 1980 romantic drama film starring Richard Gere? The tagline there, if you can't read it, is "His business is your pleasure." But sexy voice is optional. A bonus point for it as well. Which hit song by the band Blondie was the soundtrack to the film, or was in the soundtrack to the film? Why do North Koreans draw the straightest lines? Because they have a supreme ruler. That's good. That's comedy.
There's another one.
That's comedy. What else we got? What's Forrest Gump's Windows password? 1Forrest1. Excellent. Excellent. Isabel's asking, what about chess en passant? I actually don't know what that is. Can you describe what chess en passant is for me, Isabel? And then I can maybe answer your question. I just don't know what it is. We'll go on to something to whine about now. These are all questions about wine. And that's all there is to it, just questions about wine. Number 21, Sangiovese grapes make a which colour of wine? Red or white? Red or white for Sangiovese? Or Sangiovese, as would be pronounced in Italian, probably. I haven't checked it out. Number 22, in which Australian state are the wine-producing regions of Beechworth and Rutherglen? 23. Which style of fortified wine has the types ruby and tawny? Two types of fortified wine, but what style of fortified wine would that be? And 24, just to finish off this slide, and then we'll leave those up for a little bit. Which British reggae band had a 1980s hit with their version of the Neil Diamond song Red, Red Wine? That's going to be in my head all night.
Oh, we do that again?
Okay, what colour is Sangiovese? Red or white? Number 22, in which Australian state are the wine-producing regions of Beechworth and Rutherglen? Number 23, which style of fortified wine has a variety called ruby and tawny? Number 24, which British reggae band had a 1980s hit with their version of the Neil Diamond song Red, Red Wine? Okay, a final question for round one. Question at 25. What name is shared by a large wine or champagne bottle and a large caliber handgun? That's the question. Name shared by a large wine or champagne bottle and a large caliber handgun. I'll give you a clue. Dirty Harry had one.
Keith.
What?
I call large champagne bottles Keith, and I've got a handgun named Keith. Because I think...
Just I like the idea of having a handgun named Keith.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of you should name intimidating things non-intimidating names, and vice versa. I once knew someone who had a chihuahua, I think it was, named Zeus.
Oh, fantastic.
Love that.
Alright, that's it. That's it for round one. We're going to have a numbers game. Then we're going to have some answers. So please get ready to jot down this number. In 2019, the USA imported wine from Australia valued at how many $1 million? We are rounding up to the nearest million, I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, please don't
give me... I don't want, 9-digit numbers. Please.
I want them even less. Please don't do this to me.
2 to 4 digits will be adequate. Give me how many million, please. Alrighty, timer on once again. Once that hits the end of the numbers game title, we're done. We're moving on. And we'll collect up those answers as well. Oh, hello to the seagulls. Didn't see you there. Have you been here all the time? Or have you just joined us? I hope you've been here the whole time. Anyway, welcome to the seagulls. Might have to do some maths on this one, Aiden, to be honest.
Hope not. Can one of you please get this correct?
Yeah, so one of you can get it like within 1 or 2, so I don't have to do any subtractions. Or when I say so I don't, while I do the answers and Aiden does the subtractions. Okay, we're out of time on that. So that's closed. No more answers for the numbers game. As we go to our answers, but before that, we have 1 to 7 would like to be repeated. If you have any others that you would like to see again, please let us know in the comments. We can certainly do that for you. There's 1 to 3. Oh, some people have got all the right numbers, but they're just in the wrong order.
I promise you, of all the answers there, every number of the constituent correct answer has appeared at least once.
Yeah. Well, no, there is one person who has all of the numbers in the answer, just in completely the wrong order. Okay, those are 1 to 3. Here's 4, and it's bonus. Can't remember who asked for it. Oh, Jean asked for it. Jean, you asked for these. There's 5, and 6 and 7. And there have been no further requests, which is...
All people have suddenly said, I would like you to repeat question 24 million.
I can do that. I can do that. I've probably asked 24 million questions in my life now.
Oh, I promise you haven't.
Actually, you do know that answer. You can probably have a fair guess at how many questions I've asked.
Yeah.
You've got all the data.
Yeah.
Where's my flano today? No lumberjack tonight, I'm afraid. I thought I'd go for the late 90s Ricky Gervais look. Slightly too round, but keeping it slimming with a black t-shirt tucked into the jeans. Okay, there are no... Oh, that's a smashing joke. Have you seen that joke?
Yes.
That's going up in a minute. Okay, I've got no other requests for questions repeated, so you've all been paying very good attention tonight, which is excellent. I'm very pleased by that. Let's go through our answers. Starting with number 1, 2, and 3, all at once, apparently. We have number 1, according to the Common English saying, Curiosity Killed the Cat. The series of books by Anne M. Martin is The Babysitter's Club. Carbohydrates are a mixture of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Number 4, pictured here is which wonder of the world? It is the Great Wall of China. It's wonder of the ancient world, in particular. The majority of the existing visible parts are from the Ming Dynasty, like Ming vases. Same thing, except that's a wall instead of a vase. Which South American country is the world's largest producer of coffee? It is Brazil, and I believe there's a related joke that we've got there.
No.
No?
Because it would reveal something else.
Would it? Okay. Alright. The second verse of the novelty children's song Bananas and Pajamas features zucchinis in bikinis, because rhyming. Number 7, cyan is the name given to the colour obtained by mixing equal amounts of which 2 primary colours of light. As I said, light works differently to the pigment colour. Light is additive, pigment is subtractive. So we mix blue and green to get cyan. Equal parts of those. Okay, you just settle in. There we go. Then we go to number 8. This trophy is the FA Cup with its Gunners ribbons on. Number 9, a triennial event occurs every 3 years. Number 10, how many chromosomes does a human usually have? That would be 46, arranged in 23 pairs. Number 11, how many times has Tokyo hosted the Summer Olympic Games? It's had 1. It was supposed to have 1 this year. Is now going to have the 2020 Olympics in 2021.
I think they also were supposed to have 1 during World War One. I think they're supposed to have hosted 3 times, and it's been postponed once, cancelled once, and run once, if I recall correctly.
Lisa, thank you for chiming in so I can clarify that. Green is not a primary pigment colour in paint, but it is a primary colour of light, which is red, green, and blue are the 3 light primary colours. So that's what I mean by that. Number 12, there are 7 days in the hit single by Craig David. And how many Prime Ministers did Australia have during the 90s? There were 3, and they are Bob Hawke from 83 to 91, Paul Keating from 91 to 96, and John Howard from 96 to 2007.
I was off by about 4 million minus 3.
Which isn't bad.
That's not too bad.
Round that up, you know. The American television sitcom Scrubs finished in 2010 after 9 seasons.
8 good ones.
8 good ones and the other one. Number 15, this Australian actor here is Nicole Kidman. And she is pictured here accepting a 2017 Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead in Big Little Lies.
That is, for the record, that picture of Nicole Kidman is the most Australian face, because in my head, she's just looking at the crowd going, yeah, go on, get that up, yeah.
Get an Emmy up, yeah.
Who said I couldn't do this when I was in BMX Bandits?
Currently third in line of succession to the British throne is Prince George, child of Prince William. Which member of the British royal family married Meghan Markle in May 2018? That would be Prince Harry. Which is the only chess piece that does not move in a straight line? Looking for the knight, the en passant thing, as far as we could tell, was that pawns move diagonally instead of parallel to the edges.
Yeah, I think now the answer's up. It makes it more clear. Diagonally.
Diagonally still counts as straight because you can have a parallel, but the knight does that.
Also, it's drunk.
Yeah, can't move in a straight line because it's drunk. Denis the Farmer King was a 13th century king of Portugal. Couldn't be hungry because he was a farmer. He had all his own food. Number 20. Thank you. I wasn't sure which gift that was going to be. What is the title of this 1980 romantic drama film starring Richard Gere? That is American Gigolo. His business is your pleasure. Bonus point for number 20. Which hit song by Blondie was in the soundtrack? That was Call Me. Cool. Loved it. 21. Sangiovese grapes make red wine. In which Australian state are Beechworth and Rutherglen wine regions? They're in Victoria. Rutherglen wines are really nice, actually. The style of fortified wine that has ruby and tawny would be port. The other kinds of fortified wine, we've got sherry and others. I won't give it all away. I thought I knew more when I started that. I thought I knew more when I started. The British reggae band that had a 80s hit with Red Red Wine was UB40. And the name shared by a large wine or champagne bottle and a large caliber handgun. Looking for a Magnum on that one. Also, a delicious ice cream. Kay has just corrected me from about half an hour ago when I said that 2001 was the storm, but it was the eels.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, thank you very much. And our numbers game, do we have our winner?
Yes.
Excellent, I will let you do the honours. Our correct answer is 432 million. Our answers were all over the place. 437 is our correct. That is Pauline McGregor gets a round of applause.
Nice, Gary!
There we go. You get a nice Gary. The original. The original nice Gary. Goodness me, there's a lot of dust about. Please pop your scores in the comments section. We will be back at 7:50, which is some time away, about 9 minutes or so. So we'll see you very, very soon. Get up, stretch your legs, enjoy yourselves. See you shortly. Welcome back, my friends. I hope you all enjoyed your little rest out, and we're back for another round of quiz. So, hope you enjoyed yourself. The couple of people just joining us for round 2 and asked how the rules worked, and then all of you fine people informed them that you were exactly right. You pop your answers on a sheet of paper or retain them in your head. Please don't put them in the comments. And you've given answers to the supplementary questions every Wednesday and every Friday. I don't really need to do much in the way of promotion because these guys are doing it for me, which is fantastic.
It is very heartening.
Yeah.
Part of me's pleased that at least a couple of them don't have us muted.
Yeah, some people are actually listening, which is absolutely fantastic because we say some hilarious things.
I think I'm hilarious.
Well,
other people...
all that matters is that we think we're funny because there's literally only us in the room. So, alrighty, let's have a look. Everyone's allowed to play unless you're French. You can play if you're French. You just will understand very little of what I'm saying because I don't speak French.
You said en passant before.
I did say en passant. Or as the Australians say, en passant.
Which is just slightly down from impassioned.
Yeah. If you can be impassioned or en passant. Alrighty, let's get right into round 2. Let's go. Round 2, question 1. How many points is a goal worth in a game of AFL? And then if you really want to, you can do the sums. I told you how many goals the Crows scored. If you know this answer as well, tell me how many points they scored from their goals. So there you go. Yep, Donna Stewart, very correct. You can watch back the previous weeks of the quiz. We've done 3 weeks of Wednesdays and 6 weeks of Fridays.
I think so, yeah.
So there's at least 5 available Fridays, and all of the Wednesdays are available on our Facebook page. If you want to do it all again.
My favourite part about that comment is the fact that neither of us went, we should mention that there are old quizzes there, which means Donna is better at our job than we are.
Genuinely better than we are, but that's fine. That's fine. Number 2, the Australian children's television series Johnson and Friends. The character Johnson is what type of stuffed animal? Crow's not enough goals is correct. Number 3, which city in Spain was called Barquino by its ancient Roman founders? And number 4, what word means both the seed of a fruit and any of the spots on a playing card or dice? Little spots on a die or a playing card has a name, and it shares a name with the seed of a fruit, particularly apple.
If it follows my rule, it will be the most intimidating name in the world.
Absolutely.
As it is probably the least threatening thing on the planet.
Oh, I don't know. Have you ever been all in on a final hand and the rivers just come out?
That is not where I thought you were going to go.
No, neither did I. I was going to say the flop, but I thought it might be rude.
I also thought it was going to be, but see, it's like a nectarine, you think it's seedless, and it's not.
That's a stone for a nectarine.
All right.
That's not the answer we're looking for. It's a stone fruit, Aiden. Come on, grow up.
Yep.
Grow up. Number 5. Pictured here is which award... Exactly. Pictured here is which award-winning South African-born actor. And number 6 to go along with this one. So this isn't a bonus point. This is 6, all on its own, excluding voice work and animated movies. Which 3 of her films have made the most money at the international box office? So her top 3 grossing films, not necessarily her best 3 films, top 3 grossing for this South African-born actor. So there's 4 points for this slide. Quite a lot of points.
Yes, I will say 5, that's just recognising a person.
Yeah.
6, stylistically, as a question, is more difficult.
Yeah, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's one of my favourite questions.
Because you can very much get 1 point on it quite easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
The standard volume for a quiz. You might even get 2 if you're particularly cheeky. Getting 3 on that is a hard task.
When I do this in pubs as well, you know, when we used to do that, remember that? The good old days?
Hey, look, if they make the right announcements in the coming week, hopefully we'll be back.
Yeah, well, that'd be lovely. Although I'll slightly miss this.
I really like being in pubs.
I love being in pubs, but I will miss this a bit.
This is nice.
Because I get to interact with people that I don't normally get to.
That is true.
You know, a lot of people play in Maitland or the Bay and up the valley and stuff, and they're joining in tonight. And I get to interact with them, which I don't in my 2 venues that I do. And you do, what, 4? I'll probably do 4 when we go back, to be honest. Cool. Our next section is called I'd Tap That. Sorry, Aiden has broke.
Oh.
That's I'd dab that one.
No.
Yeah, there it is. I'd tap that. All of the answers start with the letters T, A, P. For instance, a narrow strip of material typically used to hold or fasten something.
We discussed at the start of this which Leonardo DiCaprio gift to keep.
Yeah.
If it was going to be that Leo gift or the one of him with the glass, and I'm very pleased with the choice that we made.
It was excellent that you kept that one, because it turns out it was useful. Claude has just asked us a question, or made a suggestion at any rate. Is a Sunday night live trivia, even when we're back? It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. We'll see. You know, we don't know what the future holds really at this stage, but it's not an awful idea.
No. I will mention, though, if you think I'm sloppy sometimes now.
Imagine what you're like on a Sunday.
Sunday night.
I've seen you on a Sunday night. It's not...
It's a holy night.
It's wholly intoxicated. Small plates of Spanish food served with drinks or before a main meal for number 8, starting the TAP. Number 9 also, a ribbon-like flatworm that is a parasite common in vertebrates.
I'd tap that.
Common in vertebrates, not common invertebrates. Although they are. They also are common invertebrates. That's fun.
In the English language, nothing actually matters. Spaces, commas, letters, none of it.
Yeah. I could go on for a very long time about that one particular thing, actually. A starch extract for number 10 that is used in cookery for puddings and other dishes. Oh, big support for the Sunday idea. Big support for it. Well, we'll table that, I think. Genuinely.
Talk to the boss.
Talk to Bush. Because we do have one. Oh, this is a bit Wild West. What we do here is a bit Wild West, but we do actually have a real boss.
Past his bedtime.
It is past his bedtime.
That boss is a toddler.
Yes, yeah. It's actually your niece.
Yeah.
That's what she points. Mummy, Daddy, your career. It's just a gravestone. Number 11, a 7-letter name given to a person who carries a candle in a religious service.
I'd tap that.
Old Virgin Gwendolyn. Seen there in her role as a 7-letter word that starts with TAP. What is the name of that person?
Compose yourself.
Ooh, so unprofessional, Aiden. Number 12. Selling over 25 million copies worldwide, the title of this hit 1971 album from Carole King. Starts with TAP and has a cat on it. Don't. Let's grow up. Alrighty, we next have a third and final numbers game. We've got a round of applause available for this one, and I think the best clip. Now, what we'll need to do for this one is give the round of applause before we even put it up on screen, because you need to enjoy this particular clip in its full glory.
We'll give the answer, but we'll explain the round of applause.
Oh, yeah.
It needs an explanation,
It
otherwise it's a
definitely
weird
needs an
choice.
explanation. It's very strange, but it is genuinely given to you as celebration for your numbers game win. In 2011, Shrita Furman set a new Guinness World Record for the fastest time to duct tape yourself to the wall when he was able to tape himself to a wall in how many seconds to 2 decimal places?
The Guinness Book of Records is one of the only things I hope
Yeah.
survives, like, one point when humanity has left the earth. There's archaeologists.
Whoever
going through
takes over,
civilization. I hope there's the Guinness Book of Records, and that's what they build society on. It's like, oh yes, one of their hobbies of 21st century humans was duct taping themselves to walls.
And seeing how fast you could do it.
It was a regular competition, documented heavily.
We've been told to behave in the comments, by the way.
Not wrong.
We're carrying on. We're carrying on with best behaviour. I'll start the timer on that. Once the numbers game thing is gone, then we'll have our answers. How long did it take Shrita Furman to duct tape himself to a wall?
Wow, there's some variance in these.
Huge amount of variance. I just want to be clear that I'm asking for seconds. Hopefully that's come across.
You didn't see a millions one again, did you?
No, but I'm seeing single digits.
He might be really good at it.
Maybe, well, he's got the world record for it. He probably is really good at it.
Say he's the best.
It's just the one that has been recorded as being the best. Okay, that's it. We'll close that off and jot down your answers now. Okay. In 2011, Shrita Furman set a new Guinness World Record for the fastest time to duct tape yourself to the wall when he was able to tape himself to a wall in how many seconds? I asked for it to 2 decimal places. Do we have a closest?
Working on it.
Working on it? No
2 decimal
worries.
places, I've
No
got to
worries.
take those out. Makes us harder.
I'm just really excited to put up this clip. I'm just really excited to. I had to get permission to use this clip, in fact, from the person featured in it. Because it is someone we know. It is someone who is playing along tonight. To add even more to that, they will make themselves known, I'm sure, after it's played. But it is one of our fine trivia hosts here at Quizmasters. Have we got?
I've got 2. They are both very, very good, and I think they're the closest 2 I can find.
Okay.
They might not be equidistant.
That'll do. Let's have both. They can share it. The correct answer that I have is 132.63 seconds. 145.69. Very nice. And 118.23. Yeah, they're both sort of in the ballpark,
Yep.
aren't they? It says here that I've got a note. He remained taped to the wall, fully supported by the tape for 60 seconds after that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. Okay, so, round of applause. Just let it loop a bit.
That is, if you are a big Quizmasters fan and want to see that live in a pub, you can head to a number of different venues when we get back into pubs and enjoy that kind of enthusiasm from a host.
That is the beautiful, wonderful Sam Arbour, one of our fine hosts, cheering on the Jets a couple of years ago. He was on the news for that, I believe, and interviewed on the radio. He's not using enough duct tape, apparently.
If you're
Welcome, Sam. Thank you for your comment. I asked permission. You can't say that I didn't ask your permission to use that. I have it written down. When we're going with a sports theme, it was just too irresistible not to put that up. Alrighty, number 13 now. Which American horror author wrote the best-selling 95 novel Rose Madder? Rose Madder. Who was that written by? We'll just try that again. Number 14. I was briefly enumerate. Which female singer and actor was nominated for an Academy Award for starring in the 1979 film The Rose? And number 15 as well for you history buffs, the War of the Roses, a series of battles for control of the English throne between the houses of Lancaster and York were fought during which century? Expect payment will be in the mail. I can certainly mail you 2 VB stubbies as agreed.
And I can certainly allow you to expect whatever you please.
So what are these 3? The novel Rose Madder, who wrote that, who won an Academy Award for The Rose, and which century was the War of the Roses?
You know, if you are going to do a section with Rose as the consistent theme, I will say that...
Yep. He's into it. He'd tap that.
He'd tap that.
In a car, halfway through the film. It's a very long film, it needed the boost. Number 16, the winner of the women's singles event at which tennis tournament is awarded the Venus Rose water dish?
Feels a bit over the top for your dog.
There you go, Fido. Have a drink. Very elaborate. Yep, don't worry, we'll pop that up for you afterwards. Number 12, that can go back up. No bother at all. Once again, if you miss anything, we're more than happy to put up a few questions at the end. Don't ask for 1 to 25, because we're not going to do that. Okay, on to now the 50-50 round, chance for you to have a stab, have a guess, flip a coin, have an argument with your friends, whatever it is that you do to get through the 50-50s. I'm going to put up 1 correct answer, 1 incorrect. Sort out the fact from the flam for me. The Kermadec Islands in the Pacific Ocean are part of which country? Australia or New Zealand? Number 18, coulrophobia is the fear of what? Name given to the fear of what? Clowns or cucumbers? Coulrophobia is the name given to the fear of clowns or the fear of cucumbers. Number 19, the pink lady, also known as the Crips Pink variety of apple, originated in which Australian state? Tasmania or Western Australia? Number 20, the blue crane is the national faunal emblem of which country? South Africa or South Korea? So 2 possible answers for each of them. You just need to sort out which one's which. Couldn't be easier, in theory. I'll leave you with that for just a minute so you can have an argument with the people playing with you at home. There's the timer on. See you in a bit. Alrighty, hopefully there wasn't too much blood shed as you argued about these ones. We've got one more 50-50, which is this one here. In which year was Shani Williams first named as captain of the Australian women's rugby union team? 2013 or 2016? Which year was her first as captain of the Australian women's rugby union team? Oh, I was gonna mention Donna Stewart. Thank you for keeping Joanne there in the right. And then, but I noticed you mentioned song instead of album. But someone else has done that for me as well. We could mostly just chill out, I reckon.
Don't tell them that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, right.
We're vital. In case our boss is watching, we are vital to
We're
this.
essential workers. Officer.
And I am essentially working.
Yeah. There is an essence of work here. An extract of business. Alright, 22 as we get to the pointy end of the quiz. Coming in at number 10 on the American Film Institute's list of the 100 best movie quotes. The line, "You talking to me," is from which 1976 Robert De Niro film?
I feel like you didn't commit to your impression.
I'll do it later. Oh, another good movie recommendation from Dave Harwood is Baby Driver, which is absolutely true. It is smashing. If you've not seen it, I urge you to give it a go. Edgar Wright directed it, who did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, so it's got that kind of feel to it, but being an American car film and heisting.
Yep.
So kind of like Fast and the Furious, but good. Sorry, like Fast and the Furious, but you enjoy it. Number 23. What is the capital of the tiny European nation of San Marino?
That feels unnecessary.
There's no need to say it's tiny, although Wikipedia is even worse.
Really?
Because I looked up San Marino on Wikipedia when I was doing this question, and it says, San Marino is a micronation, which seems unnecessary.
I mean, I imagine it's got a really lovely sports car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sports car and a wonderful personality. Number 24. The name of which Southern Hemisphere bird is translated from a Welsh word meaning white head?
I really struggle with that.
Go on.
So, I don't believe the Welsh had not come across another bird with a white head and gone, we should name it for that. Until seeing this bird.
No, I mean, look. I take your point. However, I don't think the Welsh discovered this animal, given that it's in the Southern Hemisphere and Wales isn't. But a Welsh person did. It wasn't the Welsh. They just said, oh, that's got a white head.
Yeah, but...
And that's got a particular, sound that I can't say.
You would expect it already has a name. That sound has already been used because lots of things...
Not if a Welsh person was the first one to see one. When they travelled to the Southern Hemisphere.
No. Because...
Yes.
If any Welsh people had seen something with a white head,
yeah,
the name would have been used up already.
Well,
and that's what I think should have happened.
Well, that's curious though. Maybe there aren't that many birds in Wales that have white heads and different coloured bodies. They're all white, or they're all one of the... I'm really curious to see what kind of birds are in Wales. You are Googling it. Number 25, what colour are the stars in the national flag of New Zealand? And that is the ultimate question for the night. There are no more regular questions in this quiz, so please, make sure you've got everything you need. If there's any that you need repeated, let us know. 12 has already been sorted out for you, Joanne, so we won't bother with that one. But if there are any others you would like repeated, please let me know.
I've just given my computer a virus.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I accidentally Googled the term Welsh bird whitehead.
Oh, no, that's... you have a virus now.
But plenty of birds have come up.
Well, we'll have to investigate that further. We'll have more information about this next week, or on Friday even. I will, anyway. I need some time in between the copying and the pasting. Need a little bit of something to do. Okay, that's it. There are no other requests. So I reckon let's just go straight to it. The answers for round 2, such as they are... Oh, no! 12 and 21. 12 and 21. Well, if you look up the comment thread, you've got 12 is there. 21 is that one there. In which year was Shani Williams first named as captain of the Australian Women's Rugby Union team? 2013 or 2016? Also 11 and 4 have been requested even. Please recommend your favourite question of the night, by all means.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, what was your favourite question of the night? I'd quite like to know that.
I know I have them when I write them.
Yeah.
I have
I
favourite
know I have
questions.
them when I put them together.
Yeah.
The ones I particularly enjoy. Okay, have 11 as well. Which was that one. Is a TAP is the first 3 letters of it. It is a 7-letter name given to the person who carries a candle in a religious service. Stop it. Behave. You have already been told by not even me. Alan is after all the odd questions.
Got all the odd hosts.
Got him.
Self-singer. Those are rare.
Those are rare. There's number 4, along with 1 to 3, just for flavour. What word means both seed of a fruit and any of the spots on a playing card or dice? More movie suggestions. Blood Diamond and The Departed, which are both Leonardo DiCaprio films. All the questions that were prime numbers.
That is actually more reasonable. Like, there's not
That's
that
less
many.
than the odd numbers.
Yeah. What?
1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13,
17,
17,
19.
19.
It's too many.
It is now too many.
1923. That's the end.
Yeah. And times 2.
It's very rare that I'll give it a sassy point. But, oh, no, not that one.
Okay, and 14 for Genevieve there. There it is with 13 and 15. Which female singer and actor was nominated for an Academy Award for starring in 1979 film The Rose? And that's us. Cool. Answers time. Answers time. Here we go. How many points is a goal worth in a game of AFL? It is worth 6 points.
I'm hoping that's his favourite question.
Yeah. It's certainly one of mine. I will say that about all the questions. In the Australian children's series Johnson and Friends, Johnson is a stuffed elephant. Number 3, the city in Spain that was called Barquino by its ancient Roman founders is Barcelona. Number 4, the word that means both the seed of a fruit and any of the spots on a playing card or dice. Looking for a pip there. Number 5, pictured is which award-winning South African-born actor? That is Charlize Theron. And her top 3 grossing films that aren't animated, we have Prometheus, Hancock, and The Fate of the Furious.
See what I mean? One of them, obvious. Another one, you could get it.
Yeah.
Hancock. Sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that made a lot of money.
Apparently. I can see why. Will Smith,
Will
as a
Smith is in
superhero,
it.
you people go and watch it. They did the same thing with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, fair enough. Suicide Squad had a lot more promise, though.
Yeah, a lot less plot.
Narrow strip of material typically used to hold or fasten something. We're looking for tape there. A small plate of Spanish food served with drinks or before a main meal is tapas. Number 9, a ribbon-like flatworm that is a parasite common in vertebrates. Tapeworm is what I'm looking for there. A starch extract used in cookery for puddings and other dishes is tapioca. 7-letter name given to the person who carries a candle in a religious service. That is a taperer. Stop it.
I think there's a glitch in the system.
Yeah, righto. Selling over 25 million copies worldwide, this hit album from Carole King was called Tapestry. That's the end of the Tappy Taps. Which American horror author wrote Rose Madder? That is Stephen King. Which female singer and actor was nominated for an Academy Award for starring in The Rose? That was Bette Midler. The War of the Roses, a series of battles for control of the English throne between the houses of Lancaster and York, two cadet branches of the Plantagenet line. It was in the 15th century, or the 1400s, to his mates. Number 16, the winner of the women's single event at Wimbledon get the Venus Rose water dish. Our 50-50s, the Kermadec Islands in the Pacific Ocean are part of New Zealand. Coulrophobia is a fear of clowns. Number 19, the Pink Lady, or the Crips Pink, came from Western Australia.
I like...
Not the Apple Isle.
Just the Crips Pink sounds like it's trying to be gangster, but it accidentally put a bit of bleach in.
The blue crane is the national faunal emblem of South Africa. In which year was Shani Williams first named as captain of the Australian Women's Rugby Union team? It was 2013. It was the 2013 Rugby World Cup Sevens was her first outing as captain. Coming in at number 10 on the American Film Institute's list of the 100 best movie quotes, the line, "You talking to me," is from Taxi Driver. Number 23, the capital of San Marino is San Marino. I've discovered that while I was looking it up, it is not the largest city, however. There is a second city which has more people in it, and it is not the capital of a micronation. How terrible would you feel if you were that other city?
It's called
like Odrina or something like that.
New favourite question.
Yeah, the name of which southern hemisphere bird is translated from the Welsh word meaning white head. That's the penguin. And it's been penguin. That's how they say it, in a Welsh accent, obviously. What colour are the stars in the national flag of New Zealand? They are red. That's it. Please put your answers in, your scores rather, in the comments section so we can get those up in a few moments. But first of all, we're going to play our bonus game purely for glory. We're going to play the Quizmasters movie game. This is really straightforward. I'm going to put up 10 actors. They're all in one movie together. I'm going to put them up one at a time, and it is up to you to tell me which movie it is. And you do that by, as soon as you know, put it in the comments, as soon as you've worked it out. So we'll start with a couple. We'll start with Richard Hurd and Pamela Adlon, and also Rance Howard. Also, Deborah Jo Rupp is around. See if you can guess it this early on. That would be quite impressive. Chris Rock is also in it, in not a leading role. And we'll move on to our next line, in the words of Charlie Sheen, with Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman is also around in this movie, as is Daryl Mitchell. Not to be confused with David Mitchell, of course. We also have Glenn Hadley. Oh, our first guess, it is not 12 Monkeys. It is not Cocoon either.
Oh, I love Cocoon.
Cocoon's a really good movie. It is not The Simpsons. That's where Phil Hartman is best known from, of course. We also have in it Dan Aykroyd. I can say that we do have one correct guess. We also have, as our lead, I will step this way so you can see him. Our lead is Steve Martin. It is not Home Alone. We've got two correct guesses now. It is, as several of you have said, Sergeant Bilko. So our two corrects there, scrolling across your screens right now. So well done to those who got it right. Oh, they're all pouring in correct now. Wonderful, well done. And that's it. That's all I have for you this week. Make sure you join us again on Friday. We'll be doing this all again from 7 o'clock. We'll be here chatting away from 6:45. So if you want to join in the banter, you're more than welcome. Please join us then.
Find out how many toddlers have dissed me.
How many toddlers have smacked you down in the last 3 days? And other such fun tales. That's all I have. Make sure you hit get reminder on the pinned post, which is now up for Friday. That is there, ready to go. Hit get reminder. That will give you a notification before we go live on Friday, so you can gather your bits and pieces and ring your friends and whatever you need to do. And other than that, that's it from me and from Aiden. So thank you from everyone here at Quizmasters and Bar TV. Have a great couple of days. I'll see you on Friday.